Hello and welcome to Friday with the Chakontas. I am Mr. Chakonta
I'm Mrs. Chakonta,
and we're back with our FWTC. Is
FWTC.
it React? No.
It still reacts, yeah, just with
Uh,
a different twist.
yeah, so this is a new segment we'll be calling Red Flag or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're gonna try it and see how it goes. So yeah. But before we go into our red flag challenge, so yeah, what do we have what do you have to say?
What do I have to say today? Thank
Yeah.
you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your support, your subscription, sharing to other people. Yeah, thank you. If this is your first time, you are welcome. And if you like what you hear, please don't forget to subscribe, press the like button, share it with other people, as well as follow us on the other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube Music.
Yes. I think we're basically on all the digital platforms. So just search for us, Friday with the Chakontas or FWTC podcast, and hopefully you'll find
You'll
us.
find us. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get into the challenge.
All right. So you're gonna explain it, or should I?
So yeah, we'll read a statement and then we'll see. We'll give what since we've been talking a lot about red flags, and you're an advocate for red flags and amber whatever flags in relationships. So I was like, okay, yeah. Last episode we talked about it in a particular way. So I was like, okay, so let me give you some scenarios, and I would like to know what's a red flag, what's an amber flag, and what's a green flag through these scenarios.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. So I'll read out some scenarios, and then at the end of it, I'll say, or you will say, whether you think it's a red flag.
And why?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, give us the first scenario.
All right. Scenario 1.
Yeah.
So the names are made up.
Yeah.
Just for clarity. And so we've got John and Mary have been married for 10 years. John is the primary breadwinner, working long hours to provide for the family, while Mary stays home to take care of their 2 young children. John is very controlling about money and gives Mary a strict allowance, refusing to let her have access to the joint bank account. When Mary asks about financial decisions, John tells her that he should trust him and not worry about it.
Yeah. What flag would you give?
Oh no, you start.
I think I'll give it amber.
Yeah, I probably would too. It's not the end of it.
But I can see some red flag highlights, and they're not too much. And I can also see some ways of where there's some green flags that I can see here. So like, let's say for example, he is controlling over the money and gives an allowance. I don't think that's wrong. Refusing to access the joint account, I think maybe that's wrong.
Maybe.
Okay. What do you think? That's wrong.
Yeah, babe. How is it a maybe? There's no question about it. Why should I not know how much is in our joint account, even in your account?
I agree. Okay. Okay. Why would you give that part? Red flag.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's saying when Mary asks him, he says, trust him and don't worry about it. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with the other part of trusting him and not worrying about it. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't have access to the joint account or know what it looks like. That doesn't make sense. What are you hiding? What are you doing behind closed doors? Just because you're the one working, almost like financially, that doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. I'm looking after the children at home. I'm also working. But financially, you're the one bringing the money in. That's fine. But I need to know how much you're bringing in, and I need to know how much is in our account.
But the question is her asking, does it also maybe go into, because I'm going to the fact of where his response is trust me. So is her
it's not
asking
about trust.
No, let me finish. Is her asking in a form of asking in there? Okay, there are different forms of asking. Do you agree with that?
Explain.
Like sometimes some people just ask, oh, what's in the account or something like that. And if that's it, also like how have they decided to deal with their finances? Is she now asking more, or is it something that they've been doing for a very long time? Because I'm saying they've been married for 10 years. Is this a new standard of what they're doing with their relationship? Or is it something that she's trusted him over the years and then now she's coming and asking for all those details?
Yeah, I hear
so
what
now
you're saying.
why for him he'll be like, okay, why are you asking? Haven't I taken care of you for 10 years? And now are you questioning my judgment? Are you understanding?
Nah, he's just being defensive.
No, but
just because
wouldn't you see it from that point?
I can see why, but I still don't agree with it, because just because maybe I've been ignorant or just hadn't bothered, or maybe she's seen, maybe at this time they're struggling financially, and maybe that's why she wants to know. But regardless, for it to even get to this point of 10 years and she doesn't have access to the joint, suggesting like maybe it's just a new joint account, but let's just assume, like you said, it's been a joint account since they got married. Just because she didn't ask and then now she asked, that's not wrong. She's decided she wants to ask. So the minute she asks and she's interested, it should be plain obvious. The same way if you've got access to someone's bank account, it's not, you don't go looking every time. But the minute that you decide, oh, actually, I want to see what's in your account, it's got nothing to do with trust. And I think the trust is being misplaced. The fact that she's let him manage their finances for 10 years, assuming, that suggests that she trusts him.
Yeah, but
however,
go ahead.
He's using the wrong word to defend some dodgy things that I think he might be doing.
But you're assuming that.
Yeah, I'm assuming, because I'm just like, you like, this is where people argue and say, oh, but you don't trust. Oh, can I have but you don't trust me. So this has nothing to do with trust.
But you are
bringing in trust because maybe that's something that's going to help you win an argument. This has nothing to do with trust.
I understand where you're coming from, and I think there are two different. Can we agree that there can be two correct answers?
What are the two correct answers?
The correct answers here. I've taken care of you for 10 years. Why are you questioning me? And the other side is also, I want to know what's happening. It's okay, but we can come to different conclusions. I'm thinking from the side, I've taken care of you for 10 years. Why is this an issue now? You are coming to me and saying, by you refusing, there must be something wrong with it. You're concluding.
Maybe he is making decisions that are making her question. Because it says that when Mary asks about financial decisions, John tells her she should trust him and not worry about it. So maybe he is making financial decisions that are that she's questioning, that are questionable, or maybe putting her or him or the children in a difficult financial predicament. But sometimes people who just because he's working and making the money and making the decisions, that doesn't mean that everything that he's deciding, that doesn't mean she can't have a voice and she doesn't have wisdom and she can't suggest certain things.
Yeah.
Obviously, overall, looking at it from the Christian point of view, he will have an overall say in what happens, but it suggests to me that he's just shutting her out and just say, leave it to me. And you can't even have access. I think for me, the main problem I have is the access to the bank account. But you know what? Fair enough. All of this being said, we also don't know how she is, because there's some women or men are very careless with money.
Yeah.
And just as soon as she has access to a bank account, she be like, oh, we're rich. We be spending. She be going over the allowance, the agreed budget. She be thinking, why are we living in this 2-bed house? My kids can have 1 bed each. Why is it that, maybe she is a problem, and maybe he's like, we need to control this element, because I'm thinking about the current presentation. I'm thinking about the future for our home.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way she thinks financially. Why are you smiling?
No, because I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying, like, look, I'm glad you came to that point, because I'm thinking and saying, if I have been doing it for 10 years and nothing has come, I agree there can be something. It doesn't mean that if my track record for 10 years, then something may not come up that can be dangerous. I agree with that. But I've been taking care of it for 10 years. And me not giving you access does not mean I don't trust you. It may mean that I have a financial plan that is working for us, and you getting access may mean you now start stressing about, you start stressing on the fact of, like you were saying.
No, I'm just saying access.
Money. Yeah.
If she is a spender and she will use and wisely. However, that needs to be agreed. And 2, she should still have access. The money should still be transparent. He should not be hiding how much is in their account. If he doesn't trust her to have, when you have a joint account and you each maybe, I don't know, you have a card. If she cannot be trusted with a card during the financial discussions in the home, she should be aware of the financial status of the home. Because that also helps us women plan and think, oh, can we ask for this? No, we can't. When the kids say, oh, can I have a pony? Can I go on this school holiday? You don't have to keep saying, oh, let's ask dad. I know what's going on in the house and I know our financial circumstances. So I can easily answer and say, no, you can't have a pony and you can't go on holiday. Well, in a nice way.
I agree with you, but I also look at it from the other aspect of saying, why can't she look at the budget? And the budget, through the budget,
well,
she can
based on this, it suggests that maybe he doesn't declare everything.
I agree with that.
But the thing is, for me, John is very controlling about money and gives Mary a strict refusing to let her have access to the joint bank account. That's a red flag. So if it's like, there's a difference between access and like if the access is because he's just so controlling, no one can touch it.
Yeah.
And she does not know the ins and outs, like the outflow, that's a red flag. If it's controlling, where people are like, this is how much is in it, this is how much I get paid, this is how it goes, but I don't trust you based on blah, 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 that you're not going to start overspending, I think we're going to deny you access and you'll just be getting the amount that we've agreed is your allowance. I think that's different.
So what's your overall score?
I don't think it's a red flag completely. I think it's an amber flag because he sounds like he is providing for his family. It sounds like he has certain financial goals or I don't know. He sounds responsible in one way. It's the controlling nature that is amber, and I'd want to know how else does his control flesh out. Like, is it just in finances? Is it in other ways in the home? Is it in how she raises the children? Does she feel free in her home? Because there is an element where some people can be so controlling that they control every aspect of your life and you don't even know who you are and you're scared. And actually the control can become abusive.
I can see that where you're going, but let's stick to the scenario. And from the scenario, we're just talking about the finances.
Okay, so he's great in all other areas. Fine. So in that case, I would give it an amber because I don't think if it's just access doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't know where the money is and where the money is going. Maybe I'm just putting it as an amber if she doesn't have.
Okay. So
do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Next scenario. David and Sarah have been married for 7 years. Sarah recently discovered that David has been spending a lot of time alone with a female coworker outside of work hours. Don't know why my husband's laughing. Are you about to confess?
No, just continue.
When confronted, David insists they're just friends and that Sarah is overreacting. Sarah feels uneasy and disrespected, especially since David has been less affectionate and more secretive lately.
What's your flag?
Why are you laughing?
What's your flag?
Why are you laughing? Explain why you're laughing. Why are you even asking what my flag is? That's why you're laughing, isn't it?
I want to know what your flag is.
Now I'm telling you. What's your flag first?
It's green.
My husband's flag is green and mine is red. Clearly, that's why we're laughing.
Okay, it's amber. I'll give it amber.
Why are you giving it amber?
I'll give it amber because I'm saying
this guy.
There's nothing wrong.
Hey.
No, okay. I understand where he's coming from in the sense of there's nothing wrong for us to have friends or interactions with the people from the opposite sex, which are just platonic. It doesn't mean that there's anything or any connotation about it. But again, this also has to come with the understanding of the person you're married to, sorry. Because if the person you're married to is uncomfortable about that, you have to be able to make her comfortable that whatever you are doing is not something where she's very uncomfortable with. So this is about who are you pleasing? Are you pleasing? Are you gonna do certain things that you're okay with, or are you gonna please your wife? Because if you're gonna continue in that direction, you're just gonna have arguments. And I think sometimes it's just basically some things it's just easy for you to just put them off. And I can also see the dangers here, because if you're close to the opposite sex, there can be a level of where the boundaries are not drawn. But I think sometimes there are some relationships where boundaries are drawn, and it's okay for you to have platonic friends from the opposite sex. I don't think that's wrong. I would like to hear your point.
That is not the subject that is being brought up here, my darling. The question is not can girls and women and guys be friends.
Okay.
The situation here is this man, married man, has been spending a lot of time alone with a female co-worker outside of work hours.
But does the wife know?
She knows now, innit?
Okay, I think it's more...
I haven't finished.
Okay, go ahead.
Especially, he's been less affectionate and secretive. So at what point are those not red flags, Mr. Chakonta?
There are red flags in the sense of...
No, you said amber.
I think amber, because I'm also looking at it with maybe I'm trying to find a way of how to be more positive. And because I see some of the things where like it's okay to just have, if he's doing nothing,
after
what's wrong?
work, and you're going to spend a lot of time with a female co-worker. Why are you guys meeting up outside of work hours, just the two of you? Why?
But it didn't say the two of them.
That's what it says. It says alone.
Where does it say alone? Okay, it's a red flag, yeah.
David has been spending a lot of time alone with a female co-worker outside of work hours.
I think, yeah, it's a red flag then. But I think why I was arguing is because maybe we've had this conversation about platonic friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the platonic friends are not in this context of where it looks very, very, very uncomfortable. It's alone.
They're spending time alone. And it's outside of work hours.
And I think the alone situation is like, why are you feeling so comfortable with this person rather than the person who's your wife?
Exactly. And he's been secretive and less affectionate. Where is he giving the affection to? And why is he being secretive?
I don't know.
So how is that, Amber?
I'm arguing for Amber because
you're still arguing for Amber.
I said it's red. I actually said it's red.
I know. I was just bringing it back up again, trying to
I think
put some spice.
I'm being bullied.
And then you come back and said I'm arguing for Amber. I'm like, you just said red.
I think I'm being bullied into saying it's red. But yeah, I think it is red.
Well, if you don't think it's red, that's your opinion. You're allowed to have your own opinion.
No, but I do think it's red.
But if you were doing that with a co-worker...
Yeah, you wouldn't be happy. I know that.
I wouldn't be in this house. It's not just about being happy. What are you doing spending time alone with another female co-worker and being secretive about it and not being affectionate towards me? I'm just like, nah, don't give me stress. I'm already stressed as it is. There's enough stresses in this house. Why are the two of you meeting up? You finish work at 5. Why are you coming home at 8? I was with Jane. Doing what? Oh, nothing. We're just chatting. You don't have a home to go to after work.
Let me play devil's advocate here. What if Jen is like one of those people who's like, she's like one of the guys, and then she's like,
she's like one of the guys. She's a woman.
Let me finish. Like, you can talk to her about football. You can talk to her. It's like, so she's like one of the homies.
She's a woman.
Yeah.
And you need to create boundaries.
Okay.
And when you finish work, your next stop is home, unless you're stopping over to buy something that your wife asked you to buy on your way home from work.
Would you be upset if it was with the guys?
I would be, but not as upset, because I'm still like, come on, you can't be spending a lot of time. I don't mind you spending time with the guys, but you finish work, you should be coming home. It's not every day after you finish work, oh, I'm catching a drink with them, the guys. I'm meeting Jack. I'm meeting John. No, we have a home and we have kids.
Let me argue for the guys. What if that's a way of just...
It can't be every day.
I agree.
I have no problem.
I can't be... But we're just saying often. Let's say
it depends what your definition of often is.
Do you
What
think
would you say often is?
Let's say maybe 3 times in a week.
Could you give me suggestions of the days of the week that would happen?
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Wait, that's too much. You have a home to go to.
No, but my question is, this is a moment of me distressing because I've come from work and I'm trying to distress.
Nah.
You don't agree with that?
I don't.
What if
Who's going to put the kids to bed? So you want 3 days? I've come home from work, or maybe I've been working at home the whole day, the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
When you finish work, I still got home in the house. I still got work in the house. There is dinner time. We need to have dinner as a family. Figure out what's been going on. Figure out what report the school, whose school called who about what someone did at school. Someone needs to put them to bed. So 3 times a week, I put them to bed. And I'm excluding the weekends because the weekends I'm assuming we're both free, right? But 3 times a week, I be putting the kids to bed. Where's your time with the kids? And your wife?
I agree with that.
Because by the time you come home, what time are you coming home if you've gone to be with Jack 3 times during the week?
I agree with that, but I also understand like women sometimes, even though they're in the home, they can still have like men sometimes do not have. They're not very. What's the word? Their friendships. You have to be like present sometimes, because like you women can be on the phone, even though you're at home. You're on the phone. You're talking to your mothers. You're talking to your friends. You're talking to. It's like your phone is nonstop.
What about on Saturday and Sunday? What do you do then if you meet the guys 3 times in a week?
On Saturday and Sunday, I'm spending my time with my kids and you.
We'll have to see about that, but I feel like that's quite a lot. Every time after work for 3 days in a week. I mean, let us know what you guys think, but 3 days a week for a man to be catching drinks and catching up.
We're not saying with the girl, we're saying with the guys.
No. We're talking about the guys. Yeah, we finished with the girl.
Some people may think we're talking about the girl.
Oh, no, the girl is a no. Even once a week, it's a no. You finish work, you say bye.
Okay.
So we're talking about the guys. I still think 3 days a week is a lot, babe, to be just like, there's life. There's so much to do.
Okay.
I can't imagine meeting up with my friends for 3 days a week.
Oh. Let's not get into that.
But yes, I do talk to my friends for 3 days in a week.
I don't think it's even worse for you women. Women, it's even weekends. You've got every event, kitchen party, another whatever. I'm just like, you women, even though it's not like 3 days in a week, but you always have an event coming during the year.
Yeah, I can't lie. We're busy, but we are very active in our home as well. We don't tend to, a few do, but we don't tend to neglect our home.
Yeah, but he's not neglecting his home, even though, let's say, he's meeting with the guys every week.
So what time does he come home?
Yeah, let's say he just goes there for an hour or 2, and then he comes home. Finishes at 5, comes home around 19.
Don't know. Wait and see. I don't know. Are those guys married or are they single?
Let us know what you guys think. Let's say they're all married.
Anyway, let us.
We're all running away from our wives.
Clearly.
So yeah. So what was your flag, by the way?
That was a red.
A red flag.
Yeah.
Not 2 ways about it.
Yeah, he was secretive. And what are you doing with a female co-worker outside of working hours?
You can't see any blare. You can't see an orange somewhere.
Nope.
Okay, so
outside of working hours, and you're being secretive about it. There are times where sometimes work overruns, and it doesn't sound like this. Where sometimes maybe you've got a project you're working on, and you finish late at work. That's different. Yeah, there's a difference with that. Yeah. And it shouldn't be a project just the 2 of you all the time until the security guard comes to check you out. Yeah. Nah, then that job we need to discuss, because first of all, it means you're coming home late all the time because this job, clearly the demands are much higher than what their contracted hours are for. So we need to discuss that. If every day you're needing to stay until locking up time. Okay.
So yeah, anything you want to add?
No.
Okay. So yeah, this is a new segment we're going to try, and if everybody likes it, and we also want to know what you guys would give for the 3 scenarios we've given, red flags or amber or green, and give your thoughts on it. Anything you want to add on that? What else should I do?
Yeah, no, that's it.
That's pretty much it. Okay.
Let us know your thoughts, and that would be, and please share.
Yeah, so like, subscribe, and also share, like we said, and we're also grateful for the support we normally get from you guys. So until next time, thank you for listening, and take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.